Let's go. Let's go. I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time out and joining us. I am Jay Rome, aka Jug. This is Real Bread League. We live a real bread life with real bread logistics. So it's Thursday night, keeping with the format. This is the live. Right now, only on YouTube, not on Facebook, not on Instagram or the Twitch, but we are live. So what I'm going to do is first of all, let me tell you a little bit what we're going to do tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about moving into the spring season and what that all entails and how it goes and some of the expectations and things we could look forward to and things like that. So normally I have my man Brandon on with me. Last week I had talked about a route that was for sale in Florida in the Western areas. My guy Wes, shout out to Wes for reaching out to us and sending me that information. I'm glad we were able to get with him. We did do a video chat, me, him, and Brandon. We were able to chop it up. Even after we talked about it on the screen and all the information. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat with me and for Jay Moore for coming on, my man out of Colorado and giving his input. I really appreciate that feedback. So tonight, what I want to do, I got my guy in the green room waiting to come on. So my guy helped me out a lot over the years. One of the best bread guys I know. He's really, really, really good at what he does. Every time I've left my route in his hands, he's always taken care of it and those for others. He's ran the routes for many people out of our depot and others. Currently, he's in a different state, but he actually just texted me today. So I happen to let him know today is the day that we do go live. When I first started about 4 years ago, we weren't really, I wasn't savvy at all with the equipment, with my cameras, with the setup, with the mics, with the platforms that I was using. And he actually came on. It was one of the most what was just the beginning show. And I still have that recording. And I look forward to years from now or sometime in the future putting that up because the quality was a mess. But he did come on. And he was one of the first back then to even, come on and speak with me. It's my guy. So bring him in right now. Put him on the screen. Ryan, what's up? Oh, okay. You got it set up nice now. My boy.
I figured it out.
Yeah, you did. How you doing?
Good. How are you? Good.
I'm all right, man. So this is my guy, Ryan, right here, man. As you can see, he's rocking the NY. So he's a big fan as well. That's good, man. I was amped when you texted me. I'm always happy. I'm always happy to hear from you. So another thing, real quick, just to let everybody understand, because I am at times a one-man show. Right now, I'm looking at the camera. But what happens is a lot of times I have to look at the keyboard, which is here, and the screen, which is here. So it would take my eyes off of the camera. I promise you, I'm getting better at staying on the camera to get the focus right here so that the production is what it should be. So I have to do this because I get caught up looking at you and I'm not looking at the camera. So with that being said, I know I asked you how you doing, man, but you look good, man. I'm really happy to see you. So for those that don't know, what I would like for you to do is talk about where you started with the bread delivery and how you kind of got into the business. And then we'll get into where you're at now and some of the other stories that we may have. So let's start with how you got into the bread business, if you can.
Well, first, I started working at Stop and Shop, which is a grocery store. And then I wound up becoming a receiver. And obviously with that, you talk to all the bread guys. So I was constantly saying, hey, how do you get a job doing this? How do you get a job doing this? And I mean, I kind of got deterred when I found out you had to buy a route because I was only early 20s, stupid, you know how it goes. But then a friend of mine actually got a route, and I wound up covering for him on vacations, and then just networking out to other guys in the depot. And eventually I just started covering for a whole bunch of different guys in the depot. You, Mark, Brandon, Nick, a whole bunch of different guys,
Appreciate it. So, all right. So you start covering, you're working in Stop and Shop, and this is like a common theme. Like this is one of the common stories that I've heard. And actually, I was just talking to Andrew, who does the Martin's bread, and he worked in the supermarket, and that's how he got started. We interviewed Linda. That's how she got started. There's a couple other people, but you were in Stop and Shop, started talking to the vendors, and you figured it was the thing for you.
Yeah.
How much of a jump was it money-wise from the weekly paycheck at the time? Because you've been doing this. I've been around for going on 15. So you back then, what was the change from, was it 400-500 to the 1,000? Like, what was the number? Like
probably about that for like a 40-hour week was probably like 400 or 500 to running a route. I'd usually make probably about 1,000 or so.
Dope.
So yeah, it was a considerable jump. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I like to say it because I like to give the viewers and those out there thinking about if this is a good move for me, that little bit of information. And we're talking on a back then starting out, and now there's routes that bring in anywhere from 15 to 3,000 to 4,000.
Right.
And some could be $600, $700, or $800, which we know.
It all depends on the location, the stops, all that stuff.
Right. Thanks. So, all right. So we know you started in Stop and Shop, then you got into jumping the routes. So with that being said, and I know that the difference in for us, like the company that we're more associated and familiar with, the Thomas is the highest percentage product, right?
Yeah.
With that being said, to run a Thomas route consistently with the buy one, get one, or the buy one, get two. And I've always had this question, and I've never even asked Mark or Brandon, is it still just as profitable if it's a buy one, get two? You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. It is. It really is, because I've run a couple of different Thomas routes, and a buy one, get one, you're working that week. A buy one, get two, you're putting out a lot of muffins, and you're not necessarily seeing the return on that because you're getting hit for the sale price,
Right.
So I mean, it's all dependent upon, like I said before, the route. Some stops are definitely going to be way more profitable than others in that sense.
Okay. So it just, I don't know why that was just in my head. And I think because today I saw Brandon and we were going in the Big Y, and he was like, came in with one of the biggest stacks I've seen in the last couple months, I would say. And it was like, yeah, I got to buy one, get one. It's the BOGO. So I'm sure you already know.
But was he smiling or no?
A little bit, and not really, because it's the bittersweet thing. Like, yeah, some money, it's some money coming, but
it's a lot of work.
You know what it was? I came in and checked in, right? And I caught him when he was on his way out with his stale. And we talked for like 20 minutes. He's like, all right, I gotta go build my ticket. And by the time he came back in, I was leaving the store, and I was like, damn. I said, damn, it's taking a long time. And the door was open, and he came in with the stack. I said, oh, that's what you were talking about. He was like, yeah. He was smiling like that. He said, yeah. So I forgot. And that was just buy one, get one, let alone it buy one, get two.
Right.
So I don't know. That's the reason why I had asked that question. Not even a question I really had, I was going to direct at you. So my topic today, what I was really going to talk about mostly was moving into the spring season and some of the expectations and things to look forward to and what's going to be changing. And I was going to do that on my own, but since I got you here and I haven't talked to you in a while, I'll hold on with that. And I wanted to ask you a couple of other questions. So you were here and in Connecticut, and now you're in NY still, right? You're in the state of NY.
Yep.
All right. So, and I know you're still in the Northeast, pretty much, but you're more north. How big of a difference culturally from where we are, like, because it's more like the Meridans and the Bridgeport, New Haven, and the Wallingford, and Waterbury type thing. How much of a difference is it upstate as far as demographically?
Demographically, it's pretty different, but like the biggest change that I noticed was attitude wise. Everything's a lot slower up here. Like everything down there, everybody wants to be number one. They want you there at we unlock the door. The second that lock clicks, you better be here in line. Up here, it's a lot slower paced.
More relaxed.
Yes. Yeah.
And with that slower pace and being more relaxed, is it less stressful?
Absolutely. Okay. Like I go into Walmart with, what did I bring in? 10 stacks today. I had 8 stacks of back stock, so I got 18 stacks I got to work through in the store.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't break a sweat,
Right, and there's no get off the floor,
no.
Hurry up, and
9 o'clock you better be done. Like none of that. Nope.
Okay.
No.
And now,
but that could be, again, like I said before with the roots, it could be a case by case basis. Some stores, because I've covered some stores that you sign up for your time to be there. Your window to arrive and deliver is 5:30. You better be here at 5:30 or else you're waiting,
Okay, so you said you sign up for a time to be there. So is it more slotted? Like your time is this time, like, the next guy's coming at that time?
Yes, you have like you're 5:30 to 5:45, like assuming you use the loading dock, you know what I mean? If you just go in through the door and you're scan based, it's not that big of a problem. But some Walmarts too, they only want one vendor in at a time. There's all the different variables. It's the store I have is perfect. I love it, man.
Okay. All right. So you lucked up. So yeah. They do have still the same expectations as far as the times.
Yes, but for the most part, the overwhelming majority, it's a lot more relaxed though.
Okay. Yeah, that was one of my questions I wanted to make sure I asked you, because I remember we talked a couple times over the last years or two, couple years, and I had asked you some things about the differences. So one of the other things I wanted to ask you was all the same products, no different names, no different.
Nope.
So when like right now we're dealing with the expectations and the uncertainty of the restructure. Same thing going on up there?
Not like when you say restructure, are they buying back roots and like changing
buying back more or less, not in a forceful way, but trying to get owners to
be more
agree in a group to allow a restructuring of routes as far as all products on the trucks and everybody servicing less stops.
So consolidation, pretty much.
Consolidation. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Thank you.
They've pretty much already done that up here. I run Thomas, Arnold, Freihofer, Sara Lee, and Entenmann's, but that's up here where it's few and far between,
Okay, so that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Because a little while ago when I was asking you about the differences, that's one of the things I left out, right? The density of the stops.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of congestion. Like around here, you could be on one main strip and it's a ShopRite, a Stop and Shop, a Walmart, a Target, a BJ's, and you drive 4 miles and all of those same stores are on another strip. And you're getting just as much business.
You could drive an hour and only hit
not see another store.
See 2 of
them. So you're telling me you could drive the equivalent of from where I'm sitting in my spot right now to Jersey and not see another BJ's.
Yeah. All right. So let me put it to you this way: there's a Sam's Club up in Plattsburgh, which is like the Vermont Canadian border, like that corner. There isn't another Sam's Club until Watertown, which is like 5 hours.
I know where Watertown, New York is. Yeah. I got you.
So
Yeah,
you're
that's
talking all the way over
crazy.
here on the lake versus all the way up here on the other lake.
Yeah. So, and again, that makes for good business.
Right.
That makes for good business. And I wanted to say that because that's some of the case when you get out into the Midwest as well.
Right.
You know, like I was talking to my guy, like Jay Moore's on here, the guy, he's from Colorado. You got that in Arizona. You got that in Colorado. You got that like down in, you know, your Vegas areas. Like these, it's spread out.
You got it
It's
everywhere,
spread out.
but along the East Coast where everybody's packed in like sardines.
Yeah. Yeah. You can fit Connecticut where you're at.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
So
I'm pretty sure the
I
county
dig it,
that
man. I dig it.
the county
So-
that I live in is bigger than Rhode Island.
Exactly. So, okay. So, let me get back to what you said a minute ago. You run the truck with Thomas, Sarah Lee, Arnold, Freihofer, Entenmann's,
And Taki.
and the Takis.
Yep.
So you have everything on the truck and it works. It's
Yep.
not killing you.
No,
It's not back breaking. And
Nope.
how many stores do you do?
one, just Walmart. So I'm spoiled there.
Yeah. So I'm saying all this for anyone that's going to watch this video. One stop, all products out of Bimbo. Everything in the depot, he's bringing it on his truck and going to one store. So there's so many guys that think this thing can't work. You would think they were trying to get them to change their gender or chop their arm off or like, you know what I mean? Commit to Satan or something. It's
What's your route?
possible.
What has your route been doing the past couple of weeks?
So it's funny you say that because I trimmed it down. So I'm floating around just around a stack, like around 10,000. Hold
And
on, I think I lost
you got what? Probably 5, 6.
Right now I'm at, I would say 8.
8
8.
stops.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean,
And I juggle them, you know, like
12
today I didn't do them all.
12 has been a light week for me at one stop.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly. And again, that's with me going light because
right.
yeah, it's just that time of the year. And that's me. I go slim sometimes. And it's funny when I do that and I notice it. I notice it all the time. So but yeah, man, that's dope, man. I'm glad to hear it. I love to pass this information on. And again, whoever watches this, one stop, all products, no problem. And you don't have to rush. No one's breaking your back as far as, you know, being on top of you. And but you're seasoned too. It's different for someone that's just starting out.
Oh, absolutely. There's no way that somebody that's buying their first route would come on and do what I'm doing right now. There's not a chance.
Right. And therein lies the challenge, I would say.
Right.
The challenge for a new route owner, which I always say this is the best thing to do, go out with someone first. And most do the ride along.
Right.
But I would say you would like to so for instance, the West that came on last week, the one that had the guy that asked me about the route, I told him try to because he works for a company. He's already working for a company that services stores, but he's not delivering bread. You want to try to get in like with one of the companies. You know how they used to have the route relievers and they would jump the routes and things like that.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best things to do before you could buy a route if you have the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. Like how I've been around 10 years at this point almost, you know, and
Right.
I was jumping routes. I saw a lot of different stuff, you know,
That's the training ground.
You see you see the variation of the business.
Yes. Right. And that's the so for instance, like you said, you could run a crazy heavy route that's ridiculous with just let's say Sara Lee fry off for Arnold, right? And it's got so many stops and so many different stores from big to small. And that's going to train you for when you have to run the route like you're running now.
Right.
You know, and it's all just scanning and checking the bread and rotating. I think that's what some of the guys ordering. That's what I was going to ask you about. How much
oriented?
Detail oriented, yeah.
Oriented.
So now because you run the route and you do the ordering as well, then.
Yeah. Yep.
So let me ask you this, because you bring all the products one stop, the standing order, how much juggling do you have to do on the standing order, and what products do you have to do the most movement on?
See, me personally, I move like everything because I don't necessarily want to get a tray of something every day. I'd almost rather Monday get 2, then Thursday get 1, then Saturday get 2. You know what I mean? So there's games you play with all of the stuff, but
no, and that's the reason I asked, because when I say it, it sounds like I'm trying to have someone do it my way.
No,
but when someone else says it, I would like for them to understand that that's the standard practice for someone who's seasoned. You don't ever want to get everything every day. That's what I was messing up when I first started.
Right.
I'm getting all the product every day. I'm shifting through stuff. It's not selling fast enough.
Yep. People are digging through it.
They're digging through it, and it's a mess. So I'm spending way too much time, even in one section of a store, and still had 7 or 8 more to go in that one day.
Limit options there. That's all you're doing, is you're just limiting the options.
Right. So so that's it. And that's what I was asking. It's always in the juggle, right? With the trays and what you need and don't need, and what's on sale, what's not on sale, and what's moving and not moving.
Right.
You know, when they're introducing these new breads.
Oh yeah. Personally, for me, I kind of have like a standing order that I try to do because I just have the one store, you know what I mean? So I just have what I want on Monday, what I want on Thursday, what I want on Saturday. And if I see I'm getting heavy on something, okay, I got to cut back on this. I see I'm getting light, okay, just tack on an extra tray of that, you know?
Right. So, like I always talk about me, I go code to code, which is now with the 3-week codes. It's sweet.
Right.
For me, it's easy. And again, these are all things that I try to teach to people when they come out with me. I actually have a woman coming out. She actually works in a Walmart, and she was asking me about the bread. And she, I said, "You can do this." She said, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah." I asked her, "Do you think you can do it?"
Right.
So I'm gonna bring her out and let her see and show her what it is, and hopefully she could get involved. And I was telling her, even for job security reasons, I would like to show her how to do it, get familiar with the business, teach her everything I can, and have her go and work for a company.
Right.
Because, more with the insurance and things like that, because everyone's not built to juggle the way we do and hustle the way we do as far as the independent level. You know what I mean? So I think for her, it might be better to learn the business and then, sign on with somebody, whether it's Bimbo or Khaleesi or something like that. Because they're actually always hiring. They have something where they got like a little revolving thing going on.
That's everywhere, though. You see,
that's everywhere, right?
Oh, yeah. Everywhere.
Someone's always going to cut a corner and get let go. Yeah. Someone's always going to cut a corner and get let go. That's what I just see it that way. It's a discipline thing, and we all go through it. You've been through it. I've been through it. It's that discipline, man.
I'm perfect. What are you talking about?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. I was being nice.
I'm being humble, man. What do you want from
me? Yeah. So, let me ask you this. Have you, since you've been up there, and I know you're more in the, the wooded areas, how about the wild animals? Any, what I'm saying, eating through the stacks? You ever come out and it's like bears in there, your stacks, or deers or anything like that?
Because you're right next to the store. The stores aren't like usually like back in the woods like that. You know, I mean,
Okay.
some will have woods behind them or a field behind them or something, but like it's
Right, right.
not like there's just wildlife crawling around. You got to worry about that more on the ride into work, man.
Yeah. They they they
I
didn't
delivered
build
a
the store.
Walmart, not a wildlife sanctuary here, man. Come
Yeah.
on.
I just listen, every time I drove, I go, I go through upstate every once in a while. I'm going to the outlet or whatever it may be, whatever I'm doing. I always see either deer or a bear. Yo, the other day I was driving. This is not even no lie. I saw a bobcat and it was walking casually, chilling. It didn't scurry. It didn't hurry away. It was walking like it was a cat, but it was a bobcat. It was huge too.
Yeah,
Nuts.
any bobcats up here, but
That was here. That
Oh,
was
I know, but I'm sure I could see plenty of bobcat up here.
Oh man. Listen, when's the last time you talked to Nick? You talked to him in a while?
Talk to him today. Come on.
Listen. Oh man. I should send them the link, see if he wants to get on.
I told him to come do a guest appearance. He said, "You go do a guest appearance." I said, "I am. That's why I'm telling you to do a guest appearance."
Yeah. Yeah. I've been hitting that dude since he interviewed with me. Hold on a second. Somebody put something. Oh, my boy Flint Marco. Can Walmart make you deliver Sunday because they don't want backstock? Absolutely not. I mean, I don't know what company you're talking about, but no.
Walmart can let you deliver on Sundays so that you don't backstock, but they can't make you,
Yeah, they can't make you.
There's a fine line you got to toe there too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like the give a mouse a cookie. He's going to want a glass of milk. You deliver on that Sunday, they're going to always say deliver on Sunday. Right. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of times
where my back goes, I have room for 8 stacks. And like sometimes I'm running a little lean, so I don't need it all. So I want to tell them, hey, if you need that space, you can put something there. But I know the second I do that, guess what? You only got room for 4 stacks now.
Right. And that's what I was gonna say when after I put on the screen, this is what I was gonna say to that. That's a good statement you said. But my thing was gonna be, I don't want them to get used to anything other than what I'm doing. Right. Because they're so fickle with what they want. No backstock. Because he's just said it. They don't want backstock. How can you service a store properly with no backstock? It's Walmart.
Can't.
I don't care if it's private label or the name brand bread. It's going to move. The only thing is if it's going to move a lot or a little. You could never have no backstock in a Walmart. I don't care who you are. That's not even feasible.
The guy that owns the route that I run, he wanted me to like kind of run it truck to shelf, meaning like whatever comes in today goes direct to shelf today. Yep. You can't run a Walmart like that. No. You can't. There's no way.
So what happens on unexpectedly? The flat tire, motor goes, you're sick, you have an emergency, you don't come to work, you don't show up, at least the bread's in the store.
Right.
Someone can make a call, hey, I got the bread in the store, I need you to get over there and put it up for me. Or you call like me, I'll call a receiver, listen, I got a real serious family thing or XYZ, whatever. Can you call and tell someone in the store, put the bread on the shelf?
Right. Just make it look nice for me. That's all.
Get something up there for now, but to have nothing in the store, no, we never do that. No. I fight with them when they say only this much backstock. Like you said, right now, my thing is I'm separate from everyone else in the store because I do bring the bread. I'll say just Walmart, I bring their bread. So everyone's got where they can leave a stack, maybe 2. I get to leave 4. Right. I leave 6.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm guaranteed to put it up. Guaranteed. Wednesday we don't deliver. I'm there Tuesday night, so I don't have to come first thing in the morning. Sunday we don't deliver. I'm there Saturday night, so I don't have to get up first thing Sunday morning. But I move differently. Right. That's just me. Everyone's not going to do that. But you know what happens? My stores are so used to that that if I don't do it,
then
they would.
they worry.
Oh man, they stop everything.
Right.
Someone call Jerome and see
Right.
if he's all right.
Right.
But that's what it is, man. But that's what I prefer to do that. So, you know what I mean? Everybody's not the same. So, hold on a second.
Yep.
Okay. So, it was something else I was going to ask you about the what about support? Because it's so spread out and you have the one store, you don't really have like a big need like support wise, like, you know what I mean?
Well,
MSL, like
Jerome, personally, I don't have a big need support wise, just me, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
but
you don't want no support. Leave me alone.
I got this. I'm good. All right. I got this. But
yeah.
For the whole area up here, like that I said before, like the 5-hour end to end, there's what, 4 company representatives covering the whole territory, that whole territory. That's 4 sales centers. So I don't know
how far do you drive when you load?
See, I'm spoiled on that, and I got 60 miles down to the depot, but then it's only like 8 from the depot to Walmart.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. It's that's not the route you were on a couple years ago. Is the same one?
No, I was probably still jumping around at that point. Because I started this one back in May, the beginning of last May.
All right, so you're coming up on a year.
Yeah.
Hold on, he said the backstock area for all the companies only has room for 6 total stacks. So everybody all together can fit 6 stacks in there.
See, I'm spoiled. I got 8. Flowers has like 6 or 8. Mission usually has 2, and Pepperidge Farm will have 1.
Do they all service the store, regularly?
No. Regularly, yes, but like every day,
not as much as you.
Yeah,
You're not. Yeah. Yo, that's so wild, man. That you have the one store. That's dope, man. I would like to. How far are you from where I'm at?
Like 5 hours.
5 hours, huh?
4.5, 5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to be on my way to Canada and stop and see you.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna take a drive up that way. I'm gonna go to Toronto, but that's the other side.
I don't know. I feel like Toronto's kind of.
I could go through where you are and keep going over, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll let you know if it comes to that. It's either there or Detroit, one of the two. I'm gonna take a drive.
Right.
I might go to Detroit and then go up to Toronto.
Right.
Just a road trip, just for something to do. You know what I mean? The next couple months. I got a spot to go to out there. Huh?
Who's gonna cover your route for you?
You know what's funny? I got Bob. Bob sold his route.
Bobby Braley. Yep.
Braley, yeah, he sold his joint, man. He got out, and he was just actually there because Brandon was on vacation, and he was running one, and Wes switched over to run the other one because Bob won't run Thomas joint. It's too much. I can't. He loses shit. He would lose his shit. It's too heavy. Heavy. And it's all straight Thomas. Right. You know what I mean? He can't do that.
No, a stack of Thomas is no joke.
He'll MF the whole everything the whole day. Yeah, he'll go crazy, man. He would go crazy. But no, that's my guy. He's been when I was just on the West Coast, he did it for me last year. When I was on the West Coast, he did it for me. Yo, he's been looking out, man. And I give him plenty of notice. You know me.
Right.
You know, every February. So I'm on my way out and he's been taking care of it. But like I was just saying, I'm gonna train somebody. I'm gonna start training somebody. And actually, I got another guy. He was working on the other side with the for the company. He was doing the Takis and they let him go.
Huh.
And so he's available, but he knows everything. Because I don't know if you were there, but I think so. A few years ago, when they were starting out with the Takis, they used to have all those guys come in and just do the routes.
Yeah.
And they were having like Ryan, Biggie's son, was training them. I think Brandon trained a couple of guys. And this is one of the guys he trained to do the Takis. So he knows the bread.
Right.
And I'm actually going to be bringing him out if he didn't get another gig yet. But
yeah,
he knows everything.
I'm so against training people. Like I want nothing to do with it because I'm not a teacher like that. You know what I mean? But I just got this kid and we got nobody for vacations up here. And I'm like, I'm running the route forward.
Really?
Yeah. There's nobody for, I was the vacation guy and now I'm gone. So there's nobody for vacations now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you were always busy then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was busy, but not like 52 weeks busy, No,
well, as busy as you want to be.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't even say I was as busy as I wanted to be, but
really, so there was a lot of dead spots.
Yeah. But yeah,
but now you're locked in.
I tried to find a kid to train him to be the route jumper, and he has another job that he basically works full time at, so he's not really interested in being a route jumper. But I got myself a pack out guy now.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. The reason why I'm bringing the lady out on Sunday, I just really want to start off with just the pack outs to free up that time, and even if I could do the get it to be where drop off and just put it up on the shelf.
Just remember, give yourself some time in there where like you give her the day off, because you don't get complacent, man. Because then those days where you go back to doing everything, it's gonna be like, oh man.
Yeah. No, so that's why, with me, and like you said, you're not the teacher. I know how to ease people into it. You don't just dump it all on them. Like, here's the key, here's the truck, good luck. It's a big thing, that first time when you leave someone on their own.
Right.
So it takes a while.
Well, it's been with me like a month, and I look down the aisle and I'm like, it looks like I just loaded that right there. I love it. Go down, look through the rotation. I'm like, I'm going to find something. I'm going to get him. And I don't find nothing. So we're doing all right, man.
Oh, yeah. Nah, that's the best right there. That's the best feeling, man. Because it's always, and I tell everyone, to have a reliable jumper in this business is incredible, because there's not a lot of people where you could leave and not have to worry about anything. You know what I mean?
I tell people all the time, you can't just pull someone off the street and have them do this. It don't work like that.
No, because you know what happens? Everyone thinks, okay, yeah, I see what you're doing. If you're walking in the store and you see me putting the bread on the shelf, you think, I can do that. I can do that. Which in essence, you could do this part, but everything else that goes with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations. You got this layer. Well, let me know when you get down here,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's just funny that, hey, now you got to go. All right, listen, load this here. Take this off the truck. I'm like, huh? Yeah. And don't let it run you down the ramp.
Right.
Yeah. You see these empties? Yeah. They got to go on the truck.
Up there?
Yeah. Yeah. Up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's the part. Yeah. You'll have your calf muscles in shape in no time.
Yes, sir.
Hold on a second. My man say here, everything is running empty all the time. I come in Mondays and it looks like a snow scare down the aisle. ASD said we're on our own. Really? Is that happening because they don't want any backstop? because they don't want any back stock on Sundays. You can't leave anything, so every Monday it's empty. I would think that someone in the store, management, they don't ever have walkthroughs. You know, with the digital scans now, and they do counting every day. You know, on the Ion when it says what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The sales and what you missed and everything, his numbers got to be up in the G's.
Right. I don't really look at those numbers too much, but
no, but I know they do the count.
Right.
And they put it in there, and it's, you know, it means nothing to me because there's always product in my store.
You know what's funny is I actually just had a walkthrough in my store on Sunday, and they didn't even tell me that there was a walkthrough. However, I got a compliment that the bread aisle looked so good for a Sunday. And that's the second one since I've been out there in May. So like I said, it's a case-by-case basis. Some stores, they want you to be running full, running a good business, but then some stores are like, well, the space is more optimal to us, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that's one of the things I run into a lot, and I'm already prepping for 2 weeks from now. I'm trying to get an end cap. Like, I want the end cap in my Walmart for like from now to September. Either end, one of them. Like, give me flip-flop them. You want to? That one time I came in, it was cookies. Another day I came in, it was, you know what I mean? Oreos was there, and then another day it was like syrup. And I'm saying, who the hell thinks syrup is the best thing at the end of this aisle in July?
That's the Walmart way, though, for some stuff.
Yeah. And then I asked the person who did it. They were like, "Oh, I don't know. The manager just told me to move everything." Why? You know what I mean? They have no answers. So, what's going on, Wes? It's my guy. He's down in Weston, Florida. So he's down. He was looking at the route down there. Yeah. So that's what I'm working on. So, you know, just this with the season changing, I'm just kind of excited. I know the expectation. You know what I mean? I'm actually going to be making a video.
I'm waiting tomorrow. For that burst. I'm just waiting for that bubble to burst, man. That weather to just turn a little bit warmer and let those rolls start flying.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Are you guys having accounting issues at Beanbo? Justin, what's going on, Jay Moore? Let me know if you want me to send you the link if you want to jump on. Actually, I'll put it in there for you anyway. It's funny you say that because last week settlement didn't come through for a couple days. It took a day and a half. I don't know, it was frozen. Like Wednesday morning. You know how usually it's all set? I'm talking to you, Ryan.
Yeah.
You know how when it it was frozen. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's what you mean by accounting issue. I would like to hear what's going on. I just heard about it by a couple guys on Facebook. You know what, though, when it comes to stuff like that, and I'll give you an example, like Ryan right here, he's in upstate New York. Some of those guys on Facebook, they could be anywhere. They could be Florida. They could be Colorado. I don't know if they're saying they're in the Northeast. They could be, he's upstate New York. They could be down in the city. You know what I mean? If they're in New York. And even with us, everything's not all tied in together as one. There's so many different regions. So it could, you know, not be the same. Whereas I was just asking Ryan about the consolidation of routes, and it hasn't happened in the sales center we're in, but he's already one truck, all products, one store. And we're not even there yet. We're still figuring it out. Not me personally, but the company.
Took a new roll. Oh man, check this.
There's still moving pieces on the board. So, you know, I say all that to say it's so many different, you know, sales centers and, you know, just different regions, and they're run different ways. Hold on a second. What's that? Frito-Lay, Pepsi, and Coke can leave infinite backstock, but bread vendors can't leave anything. So let me ask you this, Flint Marco. Have you talked to MSLs or anybody? They're not trying to get you any support? Because I just got to be honest, our guys would not go for that. Someone would definitely, I would make enough noise that someone would show up to the store, you know what I'm saying, to advocate for me. You have to do that. I like the idea of consolidation if the money is right. Yes, we already know that, Jay. We know that. That's one of the biggest things that's going on with the long-term guys that have the old school contracts in our sales center and in this area. They just want the numbers, they want the money to be right, and they want it to work out. Like, just going off of what like Ryan was saying, if it's not going to be, you know, some guys are making 16, 17, 20 G's a month. They don't want to see that change.
No,
if you're pulling in 3 G's a week, you know what I mean, 4 G's a week, why would you want that to change? And it's, you know what I mean, you can't. That's a lot. You're changing your whole lifestyle. You know what I mean? That makes sense. So yeah, I don't again, I would like to see, I would like just to see the numbers and how they shake out. Because what's gonna happen is, I don't know, like in the coming weeks, month or whatever, or months, they should have a blueprint or a printout of, like, say for instance, your route is this, and you know what I mean? It should be doing this. If you were to do it, this is what your store would look like, or your 2 stops or 1 stop would look like. So if they give that breakdown and it looks inviting, then that should start the process of some guys in different territories or areas saying, oh, it looks good, and I might be willing to do this. So less drive time can be beneficial for the longevity of the truck. Definitely.
What the hell happened? Oh no!
Oh, you hit the video. You hit the button on the camera. All right, so Ryan may come back. No. Just, I knew what you meant. Less drive time. I knew exactly what you were talking about. So, as Brandon would call it, that windshield time. That's always a plus, and I think that's one of the pluses. And I meant to say that when Ryan just gave me the information saying he has all the products and he goes to 1 stop, which is 8 miles from the sales center where he loads the truck. Not beating up a truck. You're not killing yourself on gas. You spend less time on the road, which is less of a risk of anything happening to you or your vehicle. So even with that, I mean, it should be, insurance rates should change. You should be able to sell that to an insurance company that's insuring you, that I literally drive this truck from this sales center to 8 to 10, 12 miles a day, or say 20 miles both ways, 10 and 10, to go load this store, you know? So let me see. Since Connecticut is so small, do you have some guys doing the tax time to get taxed from 2 different states? This guy's during tax time. I don't understand what you mean, to get taxed from 2 different states. Some guys during tax time that get taxed from 2 different states. No. You only can get taxed from the state that you're in, that you're working in. And depending on if you're, you know, how you set your taxes up, if you're S Corp 1099, or if you, you know, a lot of times what guys do is weekly, they pay into their own account. They have a separate account that they put their taxes in. This is what I see the problem being for people that do poor bookkeeping. They go all year long, straight money, deposits, withdrawals, and dealing with cash. And they don't set up a structured amount every week for the 52 weeks so that when tax time comes, they're able to make that payment without feeling like they're taking a big chunk of money out of their account. And again, you made a good point right there. That's what's going to be my next statement. Every 3 months, some people do it quarterly. However you want to do it, the bottom line is do it. Some stores that are in Connecticut and some stores where they have to cross the border to another state, therefore they get taxed twice. No. So what happens is, talking with Ryan, my guy that I just had on, he's in New York. We're in Connecticut. They don't do the crossing of the borders. If you're in a whatever region you're in, as far as Beanbo goes, if you're in New York, you're in New York. If you're in Connecticut, you're in Connecticut. And even the stores that border, say for instance, I'll say for us, we're in Connecticut. As you go down 84 and you hit 684, you run into New York and you cross the border, right? Into New York. There is a sales center right over the border. So that sales center is what services New York. You won't get the crossing. And if they do, if there's something that's over the border, whatever state you originate in is where you're going to be doing the taxes, because the company's going to be doing them there. That, if that makes any sense. They don't split and do taxes in 2 states. So it's like if you're it's just like, I don't know how, like say you're the New York Yankees or you're the Colorado Rockies, right? The baseball team, they'll go to New York and play the Yankees, but they're still the Colorado Rockies. I'll say it like that for you just because you're in Colorado. That, if that makes sense. Just because you go do business somewhere else, that's where your business is based. That's where you're going to pay your taxes. Doesn't matter if you cross over. Yeah. If I'm saying that right, I'm pretty sure I'm saying that correctly. Because my other business that, I have a couple other businesses, and, so it doesn't matter as far as like I have some vehicles, and if the vehicle crosses the state, or if someone comes from another state to get a vehicle, it's still the business. I'm doing the business out of Connecticut. So I've never had that issue. So I look at it the same way. Product, services, all the same. Consultation, when I do it, I'm still doing business where my business is based out of Connecticut. So yeah, and I've done business all over the country. So I pay these taxes right here. So I hope that helps. I really appreciate you, Ryan. I don't know where you went or if you can get back, but if not, all good. I appreciate you taking the time out. I appreciate you guys online for taking the time out. Flowers requires us to have an S Corp. Yes. I don't know if an S Corp is necessary if you're making under 50 grand a year. Maybe I'm wrong. Beanbo had this thing where they were requiring everybody to be incorporated. Now they've moved back to the LLC. They don't require the corporate incorporation anymore. So that was one of the things that they moved away from. But I'm not really sure as far as the 50 grand a year and things of that nature. I would have to check. I didn't know about that requirement or restriction or stipulation. It's not where you live. Yeah, I know it's not where you live. It's wherever the business is registered. That's where you're going to pay taxes. And one of the things, again, I'm no tax guy and I am no financial advisor, But for me, and my advice, anybody who is starting a business, if you're creating an LLC, S corp, whatever you're doing, find a business address. You can find one online, or you can find one to run a business building to find an address at. Try not to create your LLC or S corp with your home address. You have no protections. You have no protections against anything. The purpose of the LLC or the corporation is to shield you from, is to protect you. And if you're using your home address, you're attaching yourself to it in that way. Again, I'm not a financial advisor or a consultant on how to structure your business foundation, but I will give that advice just as, you know, if it was me, I would not use my home address to create an LLC or a corporation. Find a business address. You can Google them. You can look online. There are a number of other options. Just, I don't personally think using your home address is the best way to do it. Okay. That's the tip I'm gonna leave you with today. If I could give you anything other than what I've already shared with you, let that be it. When you start your corporation or your LLC, do not use your home address. You have limited protections when you attach your home address to your business. Find another way. And if you've already done it, it's not that hard to change it. You can go online. It's not a very hard process to change it. And I'm not saying it because I'm the smartest person and I never did it. I did it with my first one. And given the information later, I went online and changed it. So you can do that. Yeah, I had to learn that the hard way. Getting a digital address is a must. Yes, Jay Moore. It sure is. It's not that hard. And if you don't have a physical address to use, you get a digital one. You get that address and you get you a P.O. box to receive your mail, and you just go and pick it up. And you go from there. If you can find a physical address in the city or town that you live in, even better. Just try not to use your home address. All right. So we're coming up on an hour. With that being said, I really appreciate the engagement. I will be back here again next Thursday, same time. And the one thing I want to make sure that is clear is it's springtime. Let's get ready. Let's get ready for roll season. I'll be putting a video up that I'm going to be making or finishing up pertaining to the season changing. Again, that was going to be the topic for tonight's live, but I'm going to just turn it into a video since I have my guy Ryan come on again. Ryan, thank you so much. If you watch this on the playback, appreciate you. So with that being said, this is Real Bread Life, Real Bread League with Real Bread Logistics. I am Jay Rome, aka Jug. Appreciate everybody stopping in, taking the time out their night. That's all I got for now. Stay blessed. Keep stacking.